Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. I'm Kristi Shive, and this morning we're visiting with Nan Montgomery. She's the Ohio County Family and Consumer Sciences agent. And today you are showing us a great recipe that
Mhm.
will help us utilize some of the great products that we may be finding at our farmers markets.
Yes. So the farmers market is in full swing. It's summertime's one of my favorite times because we can get all that fresh produce from our farmers. And today we are actually going to make farmers market salsa. So we will start out with 5 medium tomatoes, and I have chopped these up, and I have also washed my hands and washed all the produce that I'm using today as well. That's really important that we make sure everything is washed well. Then the next thing we're going to add is 1 jalapeno. And when it comes to the jalapeno, you want to make sure that you wear gloves when you are chopping your peppers, your hot peppers, because they can get on your hands. And if you're not wearing gloves and you touch your eyes or other body parts, it can burn. So make sure you always wear gloves when you're cutting up hot peppers. So that was 1 jalapeno. Then next we are going to add 1 onion. The recipe calls for 1 medium purple onion. I substituted with a white onion because our grocery store was out of purple onion. So it's whatever you can find. Then the next thing that our recipe calls for is 1 can of black beans drained. And this is really excellent because this is going to give us some protein
Mm.
into our salsa.
Man, I love anytime there is a recipe that calls for beans. Great protein, also a great way to just add something quick and filling to a recipe.
Oh, absolutely. And this is going to be a wonderful summer snack to have in your refrigerator a couple of days to eat on. Next, we are going to add 3 tablespoons of lime juice. This is a fresh lime that I've squeezed. Then we are going to add a teaspoon of garlic powder. You can use minced garlic if you would like. I did not have any on hand, so I'm using garlic powder. And then we are going to use a mixture of salt and pepper together to give us some more flavor. And then this is about a tablespoon of cilantro. If you like more, you can feel free to add it to your salsa. And I will say this salsa, if you can let this kind of sit and marinate in the fridge a little bit, it kind of lets those flavors marry. And so if you let it sit a couple hours before eating, it's going to get all that delicious flavor, and it's even better the second day, in my opinion.
And then this is more of a chunky salsa. I know that sometimes our recipes call for us to puree it, but I love this because the black beans are going to give it a little bit of extra protein. Serve it with a whole grain tortilla chip, and it's a great snack. Nan, where did you get this recipe?
So I got this from one of our websites, which is called Plan, Eat, Move, and that is through the Nutrition Education Program at the University of Kentucky. And that website offers a lot of wonderful resources for families. And first off, they're healthy, but my favorite thing is they are budget friendly resources for you to make healthy meals at home. And they also have a great selection for maybe if you have a choosy eater at home, they have a really great kids selection with a lot of unique recipes so that you can try things to help your children maybe eat more fruits and vegetables at home. And it's an amazing resource that we have. So you would just go in your web browser, you would just type in planeatmove.com, and you can search by, like, say you want a recipe with tomatoes, you would type in tomatoes and it will bring up a whole list of recipes with tomatoes. Or maybe you want eggplant recipes, or something you may not be able to find a recipe for. You would just type that in and it has all kinds of recipes. And it also focuses on foods that are grown in Kentucky, so that way that you can buy these foods at the farmers market. And that's just a kind of another great resource that we have for recipes from Extension.
Now, thank you for joining us today on the Farm and Home Show, and we'll see you next time.